right. Well, up first is Kevin.
Kevin's a girl.
Man, look at Kevin. That's awesome.
And then just like, cool.
Okay, well, she's going to do stuff for us.
EN.wikipedia.org/wiki/Debbie Does Dallas. Debbie Does Dallas is a 1978 pornographic film starring Bambi Woods. The plot of the film focuses on a team of cheerleaders attempting to earn enough money to send their titular character to Dallas, Texas to try out for the famous Texas Cowgirls cheerleading squad. The fictional name Texas Cowgirls was seen as a take on the real-life Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders. Woods had previously tried out for the Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders in real life, but was cut during auditions. The film was highly successful, citation needed, regarded as one of the most important releases during the so-called golden age of porn, and remains one of the best-known pornographic films. Contrary to the title, the film is not set in Dallas, nor does the eponymous Debbie do anyone in or from Dallas. The movie spawned a number of sequels and spin-offs, including Debbie Does New Orleans, Debbie Does Wall Street, and Debbie Does Dallas Again. Plot.
All right.
Debbie Benton, Bambi Woods, hyperlink. Hold on, wait for it. Bambi Woods, born July 12, 1955, is a former pornographic actress best known for her appearance as the title character in the 1978 film Debbie Does Dallas. She was advertised on theater marquees and advertising as a former Dallas Cowboys cheerleader, although this is not actually the case. Is the captain of her high school cheerleading squad and has been accepted to try out for the Texas Cowgirls. Her parents disapproved, though, and refused to pay the fare to Texas in a bid to help Debbie, her cheerleader friends, Lisa, parentheses, Georgette Sanders, Roberta, parentheses, Misty Winter, Tammy, parentheses, Arcadia Lake, hyperlink, Arcadia Lake, Michelle M. Carpenter, better known for screen names, Arcadia Lake, born September 3rd, 1958, died September 13th, 1991, was a pornographic actress best known for her portrayal as Tammy in the 1978 film Debbie Does Dallas. Pat, Casey Rogers, and Annie, Jenny Cole, decide to accompany her to Texas. They have 2 weeks to raise the money and square off any sexual activity with their boyfriends, and form a company called Teen Services, offering help. Tammy takes a job at the local record store run by Tony Mansfield. Debbie gets a job at a sports store run by Mr. Greenfield, Richard Balla, hyperlink. Robert Kerman, also known as R. Balla or Richard Balla, an American actor, grew up in a middle-class Italian Jewish neighborhood in Brooklyn, New York. R. Balla appeared in well over 100 pornographic films, most famously Debbie Does Dallas. He also appeared in the sequel, Debbie Does Dallas 2, but in a different role as a truck driver. Roberta convinces Mr. Hardwick, parentheses, Eric Edwards, to give her a job at the candle store with Mrs. Hardwick, parentheses, Robin Bird. Ricky, Sherry Tart, and Annie agree to wash Mr. Bradley's car. The football team is annoyed at its lack of sex. Roberta's boyfriend, Rick, parentheses, David Morse, and his teammates join Roberta and Pat in the shower, where they have group sex while working for Mr. Greenfield at the sports store. Debbie is talked into allowing Mr. Greenfield to see her breasts for $10, fondle her breasts for another $10, and then suck them for another $20. Realizing that they are unable to raise enough money by legitimate means, Debbie convinces the other girls to engage in sexual activities for more money. They agree, but only if it's on their terms. Roberta is caught masturbating, hyperlink.
Do they do a car wash?
Eventually. Masturbation is the sexual stimulation of the genitals, usually to the point of orgasm. The stimulation can be performed using the hands, fingers, everyday objects, or dedicated sex toys. Mutual masturbation with a partner, can be an alternative to sexual intercourse. Studies have found that masturbation is frequent in humans of both sexes and all ages, although there is variation. by Mrs. Hardwick. She engages in sexual activity with both Mr. and Mrs. Hardwick, earning extra money. Ricky and Annie go to see Mr. Bradley, David Sutton, to wash his car. Mr. Bradley is not home, but they wash his car anyway. When Mr. Bradley arrives home, he asks them to dry off their wet clothes. They undress for him for $10 each. He performs oral sex, hyperlinks, cunnilingus, eating pussy, redirect here. For other uses, see eat pussy. Cunnilingus is an oral act performed on a female. It involves the use of a sex partner of the mouth, lips, and tongue to stimulate the female's clitoris, vulva, or vagina. The female may receive cunnilingus as a part of foreplay before sexual intercourse or as intercourse on them. Then has anal sex, hyperlink.
Yeah.
Anal sex. This article is about human sexual acts. For anal sex in non-human animals, see animal sexual behavior. Anal sex, also called anal intercourse, is a sex act in which the penis is inserted into the anus of the sexual partner. The term also includes other sexual acts involving the anus, including pegging, analingus, fingering, and object insertion. While anal sex is commonly associated with male homosexuality, research shows not all gay males engage in anal sex and that it is not uncommon for heterosexual relationships. Types of anal sex can also be a part of lesbian sexual practices. With Annie. At the library, Donna, parentheses, Merrill Townsend, flirts with Mr. Biddle, the librarian. Her boyfriend, Tim, Bill Berry, visits her, attempting to have sex with her. She fillets, hyperlink.
She fillets.
Blowjob redirects here. Further uses of blowjob, see blowjob disambiguation. Fellatio, also known as fellation, and colloquially blowjob, EJ, giving head and sucking off, is an act of oral stimulation of the penis by a sexual partner or by oneself, autofellatio. It involves the stimulation of the penis by the use of the mouth, lips, tongue, or throat. A person who performs fellatio with someone can be referred to as the giving partner, and the other person is the receiving partner. Fellatio is regarded by many as an erotic act in its own right and a physically intimate act. For many males, it is a turn-on, which may be used by the giving partner to initiate foreplay and sexual arousal prior to sexual intercourse. The act may also be performed for the sexual gratification derived by the male receiving partner and can be continued until orgasm and ejaculation of semen. Okay. But Kim is caught by Mr. Biddle, parentheses Jack Teague. She allows him to spank her to prevent him from telling her parents, Mr. Hamilton and his friend Ashley are in the tennis club sauna after the tennis game, and Mr. Hamilton convinces Lisa to fillet him while Ashley penetrates her. At the record store, Tammy has been avoiding Tony's advances. She calls Lisa, who joins them at the record store. Lisa offers Tony anything, quote-unquote anything, and begins to fillet him. Then Tammy joins in, and he ejaculates on Tammy's breast. Debbie dresses as a Texas cowgirl and goes to see Mr. Greenfield after hours at the store. She fillets him, and then he penetrates her vagina with his finger and performs cunnilingus on her. Then they engage in sex, first in the missionary position, then doggy style, and then with Debbie on top. They finish in the missionary position before Mr. Greenfield ejaculates on Debbie.